Hi, I'm Kristin Oviedo, and this is how many kilometers above the Earth does the atmosphere extend? So this question is a little tricky because unlike the ocean, there isn't a definite solid boundary between the atmosphere and space. But like the ocean, the atmosphere does decrease in pressure as you go up from the bottom. So you're gonna have the most densely packed pressurized air at the bottom, and then it's just gonna kind of fizzle out as you go up. And so eventually humans, when they started flying in space, had to figure out where the air got so thin that they could just say, okay, here's a boundary. So where we live on the Earth, on the surface, there's a little person. We call that the troposphere. I'm just gonna write tropo for short because it's a really long word. So this is where all of the air molecules are really densely packed. Nice thick air for us to breathe. And then as you start to go up, you do reach some little boundaries, and they're not really much boundaries as areas where it fades a little bit more abruptly than usual. And you'll reach a bunch of different layers. And then finally, when you reach right up here, it's at about 62 miles up. That has been defined internationally as the edge of space, but only because, we needed some level to define the edge of space. And this is where the air gets so thin that it could no longer support a plane. So again, this value here was decided upon just by agreement among most countries, but really most of the air molecules in the atmosphere actually reside under about 36,000 feet or about 6.8 miles. So that would put them right about there. 6.8 miles. So really most of the air is right here, so you could just as easily say, oh, this is where, space begins. But again, we had to pick an arbitrary value, and so we went with where planes could still fly without exceeding the Earth's orbital velocity, and that is this value right there. So I'm Kristin Oviedo, and that is how far above the Earth does the atmosphere extend.